with all the crazy new trim armor coming with 1.20. You guys had a lot of different questions. Hello there, Ray here, and in today's video we're going to be answering 20 mysteries about this. So make sure you're subscribed and leave a like as it really helps out. So the question is, if you take diamond armor and you put some netherite ingots on it, you obviously get that band of netherite on your diamond armor. But what happens if you turn around and then try to upgrade this diamond armor into netherite armor by using the netherite upgrade smithing template? Let's go ahead and place an ingot, and you can see you can actually upgrade it, and it also keeps its original pattern, which is a spire armor trim. And normally this is impossible putting a netherite trim on a netherite, as it's two of the same type. Let's go ahead and put that on armor stand. There's actually a very slight difference between these. If you look at this pixel here, this pixel is different than this pixel right here. Slight pixel changes in the back as well, right around this area. I guess you could also kind of see it at the top here. There's like this zigzag pattern where this one's all smooth. But you could definitely see the trim on here. So we made a full suit of the trim one compared to normal netherite, and you can see there is more of a difference. You can see there's more darker pixels on this one. We tried a few different types of trim. Like the helmet here has the stripe, also has the Y one in the center, a couple other variations. And just like you could upgrade the armor using the netherite upgrade smithing tablet, you can also do this with all the tools. If you look at this image here, you can see it actually will switch, showing that tools also work in here. Throw that in there, as well as an ingot, and it actually shows it on the armor stand being held in the hand there. This could also be indication that maybe in the future we'll get an armor stands that can actually hold tools and have arms, which they do have in the Bedrock edition, but here in Java, our armor stands don't normally have arms, unless you give them arms using a command. So because some of these smithing templates are actually quite rare, such as like the eye armor one, which only comes from strongholds, and there's only 128 strongholds in any given world. It's very possible that Mojang will make it so that you can get more of these through a renewable method, such as like archaeology, digging up the different pieces and putting them together in order to craft them, or just have a rare chance of actually finding one of these. That way in multiplayer servers, people don't just go out to all the different strongholds, take them all, and then monopolize so no one else can get them. Now, since netherite on netherite is actually more expensive than diamond on netherite, the rarest armor set will be the one with the 4 rarest templates. I'll calculate that using 100 million square block area, and I'll tell you at the end of the video. Let me know in the comments which 4 you think it is. Netherite ones with amethyst with them really bring out the kind of purplish color that netherite already has, plus the enchantment on top of that. And this one here is the warden one, and this one here is the rib one. Now, the actual design that appears on like the chest plate is kind of like the same look that you see on the actual templates. So notice that there's like kind of 2 eyes and a mouth here, and you see there's 2 eyes and a mouth. This one you can see is kind of like a squiggle that goes down and back up again, and you can actually see this on the armor. This one's a Y shape, produces a Y trim. This one shows stripes, makes stripes. This one has 2 dots, and it makes 2 splotches. This one's like a V shape, it kind of makes a small V. This one's like an upside down Y and shows up that way. This one kind of shows up as a zigzag, and there is kind of like zigzag trim around it. This one shows up as an eye, and it looks just that way. The dune one kind of shows as a straight line, and it has some lines in it. Now, with the different trim upgrades on the armor, it doesn't actually increase the cost for enchanting or for adding in enchantments using anvil. Now, you can't actually put any trim on like leather armor, elytras, shields, or horse armor. Since it does work on all armor, including turtle helmets, you can put patterns on those, so it can be fashionable as you wear them. The eye template actually just looks like eyes on the turtle. This emerald trim on the netherite looks amazing, and then there's the turtle helmet with netherite trim. Guys been trying out different types. These here look like almost like ties that the player could be wearing, or also kind of remind me of like a baseball outfit, because they kind of have the same type of trim. Now, because the recipe takes the actual template plus its unique block that's associated with, and 7 diamonds, it's kind of like a material sink, because a lot of people do kind of end up with quite a bit of diamonds late in game. So in a way, it is kind of like an item sink, which is something we didn't really ever see coming to Minecraft, where they're purposely trying to use up the excess of some type of material. And with crafting this recipe, you're able to copy and get a second one. Each template is originally found in a different structure, and their names are related to those different structures. And the block needed in order to make a copy is related to where you find the template originally. Now, since there is a total of 11 different patterns, not counting the netherite one, and 10 different materials that can be used as colorings for the trim, and 25 different types of armor you can put them on, and not counting incompatible types, that means there's a total of 2,178 different armor variations. Now, one of the downsides to having all these different types of armor is when you're trying to fight somebody, it can be difficult to tell what type of armor they're actually wearing and if it's even enchanted. So this will make armor overall more cluttered, and because there's just not very many pixels on the armor to put different designs, it does kind of have like a modded look. Now when it comes to the chain armor, actual chain links have transparent pixels every other one normally, but when it comes to the pattern, it actually fills those in. Now, unlike leather armor, which you can actually remove the dye by using it on a cauldron, you can't actually do this with the trimmed. So you'll be stuck with a particular trim until you add a different one to replace it. Now, those of you guys that probably played RuneScape will remember the scams that recur in that game where people would offer to trim people's armor. They would trim rune armor into different types, but this was completely fake because you couldn't actually trim the armor. You'd have to find it that way. But in Minecraft, we could actually trim the armor. But there could be some concerns on people mistaking different type of armor with other ones, such as like a quartz trim might look very similar to like an iron trim. Now, luckily when it comes to enchantments, they do put those underneath of the actual upgrades so you can specifically see what type of upgrades they have. That way they don't get like pushed off the edge of the screen. Wow, the guy just made vertical redstone. Look at this, guys. The redstone's going up this wall and up over there and lighting the lamp up. Now when it comes to putting gold such as guild onto your armor and you come in contact with piglins, they will still try to attack you, and they aren't really interested in the items despite them having gold on them. It seems that 1.20 is going to be about exploring. Some people suggested that the official name for the update would be something related to like going on an adventure. But there was actually already a update called the Adventure Update, which is when 1.0 came out. Some people also suggested exploration, but there was already an exploration update, which is when mansions came out. But the word journey hasn't been used, so it's possible they're going to call it the Journey Update. So there's the arrow that's with the terracotta, but the guys put in the netherite upgrade template, which does have arrow in it. And if you put in the item room and rotate it, you can point it whichever way you want. Pretty expensive arrow. And here they're illustrating how the dune one looks very similar to like a pattern of a banner. So you could use these for their individual looks. Quite a few people suggested that the different armor patterns and maybe even the different materials which are used could give the armor different effects. This might get quite confusing. It might not feel like vanilla Minecraft, but definitely would be cool if each of them gave maybe a kind of minor effect. We do have a similar problem with like foods in Minecraft where people just go after like the best food, kind of ignore all the rest. So if they had special effects or something special about them, then people are more likely to use them. But if it turns out one effect is better than the others, then people just go for a certain design because it's better, not necessarily for the customization. Now with the system where they have added in this new ability where we can trim stuff, it's very possible that they could come out with more trim templates in the future. They can also do the same thing for the upgrades. The netherite might not be the only upgrade that you could put onto diamond armor in the future. But with so many templates, it's definitely going to change the way speedrunning works. Especially if you're going to go for all advancements, you have to get a full suit of netherite. And that means you have to get 4 of these and another upgrade template in order to get this advancement. And there might also be new type of speedrun categories in trying to get all the different types of templates. But because you can just make more copies once you get like one smithing template that's a netherite update, as well as the eye one, the rarest armor might actually be a combination of different templates. So 4 of the rarest ones. So the rarest armor set you can get is first putting the Stronghold's Eye, and if you put that on the chest plate, it looks the best. Then the Woodland Mansion's Vex template, and putting those on boots is very distinguishable. Next rarest comes from the Pillager Outpost, which is a sentry one, and putting that on the helmet looks great. And the 4th rarest is the Dune one, which comes from Desert Pyramids. And it looks really nice on leggings, where it looks like you have little knee pads. And once you wear it, it's very distinguishable. Now to make it more rare, go ahead and upgrade it to netherite. Although it doesn't look as nice as having the diamond trim, this is technically the rarest you can get. With these new templates, they also have official Minecraft names. Notice at the very bottom of this overlay, it says Snout Armor Trim Smithing Template. This is actually the official Minecraft ID. In the past, there used to be some stairs called Wax Lightly Weathered Cut Copper Stairs, but they later changed the name. So now the longest named item of the copper is Wax Weathered Cut Copper Stairs. So the longest Minecraft name went back to the polished blackstone variations of cracked bricks as well as pressure plates. But with these new templates, we have some new contenders. We have this one, which is the netherite upgrade smithing template, and we have the sentry armor trim smithing template. This is a total of 5 words, which does make it the most words in a single official name, which ties it with light blue stained glass paint, which also has 5 words. So if you count the total characters in these official names, this one has 44, These two have 45, and these actually also have 45. That means all 4 of these items are tied for the longest names. Though the different characters within Minecraft have different pixel width, there are some slight differences between them. Now with the smithing table's upgrades and changes, a lot of people are wondering, when is the fletching table going to get its upgrade so we can actually open it up and use it? Now you can actually open up if you go into spectator mode and right click, it'll open up for a brief second and show up as a crafting table. But this will probably come with a future update when they make changes, make it easier to like craft stuff like the different effect arrows as well as rockets using the fletching table. Now check out everything else that's coming with 1.20 in this playlist here, or this one all about how I'm designing a farm for every item in the game of Minecraft. Don't forget to join my live streams every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. You're able to even join me playing in this world, and maybe you'll be in my next video. All that information on my Discord, and you can find all these links in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Bye bye!